Hello, it's Kerry from Mobilates. I'm here for, what is it, session 141. Oh my goodness. So we're just before that long bank holiday, which it's early, isn't it, this year? It's almost like a full week earlier, just scraping in. Are you ready for some movement before? Maybe you've got stuff happening this weekend, maybe people are coming over, or just that different feel because different things are open and closed. You might find the way you live is busier or quieter. I live in Devon, so it's often busier. We tend to not do anything because everybody else is around, so I tend to take it quietly and maybe see some family. Right, shall we get ready though? Checking in with your feet to start. Oh, you can just see mine now. Placing them a little wider if you're standing or sitting. And remember, for this session, any position goes. You can be standing, sitting, we're going to be lying down, but you can do any of those at any time. And I try and put the instructions through that you can sort of mix it up, make it work for you. So standing, sitting, even lying down now, can you raise your toes up and down? And this is where everyone's head tends to go down. They tend to look at their feet because their feet need that communication. That's okay. If you need anything to help you balance, you can go for it. Have it there, touch it, using a chair, using something at the side. And now trying to spread your toes out. I feel like it's not long until my socks are coming back on. It's been a bit cooler. So now we're going to press down just into the fronts of the toes, right where your toenails are. Now, if you're wearing shoes or if you're wearing socks, look to that same area. And we're trying to press down. Your toes might do things as you are trying to press downwards. They may try and creep together towards each other. Certainly the big toes can do that, but other toes as well. And as you press down, we're going to get a feeling of almost lifting under the ball of the foot. And you might feel this spreading up the sides of your legs. You might feel something in your foot. You might not feel anything. Now we're going to grow even taller. So grow tall, have a little wriggle. If you're seated, place your hands on your chest. So we're sat with our legs a little wider, all of us with our legs a little wider, whatever position we're in. And then with a little tension around the belly and the core, just a little bit. It's like you're just anticipating someone might come punch you in the belly, and there's a bit of tension there. We're rocking forwards and backwards. So if you're doing this sitting, you feel this particularly on your sit bones underneath your bum, also on your feet. If you're doing this standing, arms outwards for balance. And we're trying to have a bit of softness in the arms, not super straight and tense. So we want this tension around the core. We don't want a very tense neck and shoulder line, because it just gets really uncomfortable. And you might notice, you can see my feet rock a little with this. The toes, as I go backward, I'll go back a little. I might even get my just then heels off the ground. And then come to the center and just have a little circle. Keep that body upright all the time so we're not getting movement in this top half. The body moves as one. Oh, this feels almost like I'm dancing with somebody now, very closely. And then we'll take it the other way. I don't know what this hand would be on the back of somebody's bum, I guess. But I'm just dancing with myself. And then we'll have another little wriggle. Soften the knees, bring the feet a little closer and they're parallel. So there's a gap between them. It's about 2 fists. So soften the knees. We'll have a hand on the belly, hand on the back, and we'll go into pelvic tilts. And that's when you're pulling backwards. So your waistband feels like it's pushing out the back and then it's dropping the other way. Now I've got quite a baggy top on today. So if I put my hand on my back here, this area is flat, the back of my sacrum. So it's not the back of my waist. And then I feel that go downwards towards the floor. My belly comes upwards. Then I let it relax towards the front. If you're doing this sitting down, you can feel the knobbly bits of your bottom of your pelvis sort of digging into the chair. Rock back off them, rock forwards, rock back off them, rock forwards. So as I rock back, I'm bringing that tension across my belly as I rock forwards. I'm softening it. That's it. And then grow a little taller. Tap the back of your head and give your head a turn each way. So this is like we're saying no. And then come back to the center. Now you're going to nod yes. And you can feel the tip of your nose just going up and down. Then we're going to work our shoulders a little. So just starting to do some shoulder rolls. I'm doing a little forwards and a little back. You might do alternating. Let's see if we've got anybody here today. I haven't got the right comment. Oh, goodness me. There's loads of you here today. I missed it. Hello, Jackie. Hello, Christine. Hello, Irene. Oh, lovely to have you here. Haven't put my comments on. Right, now we are going to do a little push downwards. So this is like there's something down here and you're pushing downwards and the arms are straight or straightish. They're not bending like this. They're just staying like this and your shoulders are pushing downwards. Now we're going to take it slightly in front and we can do one arm then the other. But again, the arms aren't bending as I do this. And this inner bit, they're sort of looking towards each other. But you can see my body starts doing this little rotation. Small rotation, safe for everyone, I think. And then we can go a little higher. Now, this is like you're pushing against a wall. Push one side longer than the other, bring it back. Push the other side longer than the other. If I show you from the side, here's my arms. They're the same length here. Now one's going to longer, bring it back. The other's longer, bring it back. And you can see there's a little rotation in the body. It's really more about the shoulders, but there's going to be a little body movement there as well. You can try and keep all this really still and just have the shoulders moving. Oh, that's harder though. And then we'll free things up, just give everything a bit of a swing forwards. And then a little swing side to side. And then we're going to go forwards again. If you're sitting on a chair, you probably need to sit far forwards in your chair for that one. Now this next one, we're going to take it up as high as you can. And you can even send your chest up. Lean back a little bit. Take your time. Now, if your shoulders don't like this, it might be this is the place that you go. You can still send your chest up a little. If one side likes it and the other doesn't, it may look a little symmetric, like asymmetric like that. And we could also take this further downwards with a little bend of the legs. Bum goes back. I was thinking my bum going towards that chest of drawers. That's it. And one more. And then we're going to bring ourselves, you may have almost felt this was coming, but into a heel raise up and down. So if you feel that having your arms move a little forwards as you do this. That's it. Now you can also go down with a bit of a bump and you can hear this house here. I've worked it so hard that the doors just opened on it. You can hear it go dung, 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 dung. So we're looking for that level of noise. And the hardness of the floor makes a difference here. It puts a little boost through your bones, particularly your leg bones. So it's really good as we get older, our bones are not as dense. So this sort of movement helps create a bit more density. And once you've got used to this, you might go a little heavier. It depends on your body. If you've had any spinal fractures, much more gentle. I'm making everything move in here. And then we're going to slide our hands down our legs. Press into your legs. So they're not floating, they're definitely pressing. And we'll go with a flat back. Now I'm not going to go very far like that, just a little bit. Flat back. Now I want you to think about this high waist area and a little bit above it. That's the bit we're going to try and move. So first I'm going to let it drop down and it feels like I'm sticking my bum out. This is going to be a little movement. And then we're going to pull it back. Keep your hands pressing into your legs because we're keeping the spine supported for those who need more support in the spine. So they get that little bit of movement. Now for me, it's just around where the end of my plat is. That's the area. So if I come a little closer, there's a little dip. Now we're going the other way. And if I did this sitting down, hands are going to be a bit further forward, but they're pressing into my legs so that my spine's got some support. And I'm doing a very small movement. So it's not sort of this, it's not really big. It's just a little movement. And we're looking at this just above the waist area. That's it. And then let them go, have a wriggle. Now we're going to go for a side bend. So we're going to have the legs comfortably apart. You can even do this one against a wall. It works really, really nicely against a wall with your back of your head touching the wall if it can, back of your shoulders, your bum touching the wall, and your feet are, a little bit in front. We're going to slide down one side, come up tall, slide down the other. So that's your starting point. Always come up tall. If you've got any spinal issues, so a disc issue, if you've got rod in your spine, or if you've got osteoporosis, osteopenia, it could be a very, very small movement, could be more like that. If you haven't, you might go a little further, but at the moment, we're going to keep the hips still, and we're all going to come up tall. Right, I'm going to add some extra things in. So now, if you haven't got any spinal issues, you can move your hips further out to the side. This is where the wall really helps. And what the wall does is it keeps everything bending to the side. So you're not going forwards like that. You're actually like you're squashed between two panes of glass or a flower press or something like that. Now, if this one's not suitable for you, keep on the one that we're on before. I'm going to bring something different in now. So let's come back to the center. If your arm is comfortable to be raised, we're going to do a little scissor, like a back stroke. So let's do a few of those. And now we're going to do that same side bend. Now the hips are staying still. Now as a side bend, I'm going to look up towards this arm. And then I'm going to straighten up, scissor the arms the other way. Look up towards this arm. Now, if your arms aren't comfortable doing that, instead, you might have your hands on your chest, side bend, turn your head to look towards the ceiling. That might be a little bit. It might be you to all the way to the ceiling. It might be you looking to the ceiling almost behind you. Depends how comfortable your neck is. I'm a little bit ahead of me and on the ceiling. That's the sort of sweet spot for my neck. And one more each side. And then take the legs even wider and the feet turn outwards. If you are standing, we're going to keep our back upright. And it's like we're sliding down a wall. And again, you could have your legs a little distance from a wall and slide your back down a wall. If you're sitting, I want you to be sat on the front third of your chair. And I want you to press downwards and grow even taller. And you'll feel your thighs get tense. If you touch them, you can feel they've got tense. And then let them go. Press down. Feel you get taller. Let go. That's it. Now we're going to alternate with the arms coming up and then pressing. Arms coming up and pressing. Now I'm going to make it a bit weird. So it's a bit like we're doing a clock, sort of 2:45 and 2:15. If you're doing this standing. Took me a moment to bring the arms in at the same time. One more time on the 2:45 and the 2:15. And then we're going to do an O clock. So that's just arms straight up like that, pointing to 12. And one more like that. And then a 10-2. And the last one of the 10-2s. That's it. and then bring your legs in. We're going to move ourselves down to either lying down on something, could be a bed, pull the duvet back, could be sitting on a chair. So I'm going to move my camera down so you can see the mat really well. I move my chair, I use the sofa for this bit. Just going to grab a drink along the way. Hope you're all doing okay so far. So if you're sitting, you might put a cushion behind you, make it extra comfy. If you're lying down, you might want a cushion underneath your head. Take your time. There is no rush for this bit. And once you find yourself in the position that you're aiming for, whether that's lying down or seated, just give your body a bit of time to find what's working for it. So I'm just moving my legs slowly away from me, rocking this part, the back of my pelvis. And then I think I'm ready to settle. I'm going to rest my arms. They could be on your mat. I like mine palm upwards. Could be on your belly somewhere. Could even be like hands in your pockets. You might close your eyes for a moment. And we'll do a few breath cycles. So you're just breathing in and out. But let your exhale be a little longer than your inhale. If you can use your nose for your inhale and your exhale, please go ahead. But otherwise, you could use your mouth when you need to. And then you can keep your eyes closed if you want to. I like my hands on my belly for this next one because it just helps me feel this area. We're going into pelvic tilts. So same, just as we did at the beginning, but you may be in a different position or the same position. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, think about if you're lying down, your belly sinks downwards. It's like the back of your waistband is being pulled to the floor. If you're doing this sitting, the back of your waistband is pulled to the back of the chair. And then relax and rock forward, so soften your belly. You may even be able to put a hand behind and feel more of an arch in your back. Breathing out, letting everything pull downwards. And as you do this, having something to look at, so I'm looking like bumps on the ceiling. If you were seated, be looking ahead. And one more of those. And then let that ease off, have a little wriggle, just so it's neither pulled back or rocked away, it's somewhere in between. Now we're going to imagine a circular motion. Now, if you're lying down, the circle goes this way. It's like a flat circle. If you are sitting up, it's going to be like a washing machine, like an upright circle. Now, for lying down, I'm imagining drawing a circle with the back of my pelvis, my sacrum. You could imagine it on the top, like a marble around a plate or around a tray. If you're sitting upwards, circles going around this way or that way, and it's more like a washing machine. That's it. Or like a really slow dryer, especially if you imagine a dryer with different colour things in and you're just watching them slowly go round. And you might feel a little movement in other parts of your body, like a little bit in the legs and the knees, but not much. We're really looking for it to come from this area here, so your pelvis. Oh, that's nice. I quite enjoy it, putting my hands on the side for that. Could you change the direction so you go in the opposite way? And just give yourself a little time. That's it. And then settle down. Ease off, have a little wriggle. Right, next we're going to bring in a knee towards the chest. So it's going to feel different doing this lying down or seated. So for lying down, you could bring your leg up to a tabletop, a 90-degree position, and then grab hold of something. Could be your leggings, could be the back of your leg. Now, if you've had a hip replacement, this is normally as far in as they recommend your leg to come in. Surgeons don't like it to come further in. It depends on the replacement, but that's often the guidance, not to bring it in right into your chest. So you might be hovering here. If you haven't, bring it in, but don't change your back. So we don't want like a rounding in that sort of position. Everything stays the same. You're just bringing this leg in and let it go away. Just bring it in and away. If you're sitting, it's heavier because your leg, it's got gravity going this way. And so you can lift it into your chest. It's quite hard. You can help your legs, so you can lift and use your hands. You could even use something else. So I might put something like a towel behind it. And now you can circle a little as well. So with the leg in whatever position it's in, very close to your chest, far away, lying down or sitting. A bit of circling, just a little bit, and we're just trying to circle the hip socket, so the thigh bone as it comes into the hip socket. And then we're going to swap legs, so the other leg comes in towards you. And you can get in and out a few times. I've got mine coming quite far in. My hips are fine. And now I'm going to circle. So I could have my hands behind like this, or I might hold the sides and sort of direct it away from me a little bit. Both directions. I'm trying to keep the rest of my body still. I felt like everything was wobbling side to side then. So then place both legs down. So now we're all in the same position. And if you're lying down on the floor, it's not one where we have our feet really close. So we're going to move the legs. So there's a real 90-degree bend. And then seated or lying down, we're all in the same position. Now you could have your arms by your sides or your arms somewhere so your hands are resting on your hips. And we're going to open one leg outwards. It's like you're showing the inside seam of that leg, and then bring it in. But you don't want to feel any like rocking side to side or movement of the legs apart from the one that you've just chosen. Find something to look at. And then you can concentrate on that. And do please breathe as well. And then the other side, do 3. You'll need a little bit of tension on the belly. So I don't mean a sucking in. It's just that feeling like if someone was about to give you a little, just a gentle little push or a prod, you go, no, thank you. I'm just going to keep a little bit of tension to that area. That's all you need. And then we'll take our arms straight ahead. So if you're lying down, they're towards the ceiling. If you are seated, they're ahead. They're just going away from you. And I haven't taken my shoulders off, just got the palms against each other. And I'm going to repeat the legs 3 times, trying to push the other one down a little to the floor to keep it still. Going to the other side. And then keep the legs still and open the arms outwards and in. You could open right out flat and then in, or you could open out soft, like you're going to run to someone and cuddle them, and then straighten. I like that version. Opening right out like I'm holding a massive ball. That's it. And one more. And then we'll have the arms, let's have them out to the side. So if you're lying down out in a sort of T shape, if you're seated out to the sides of your chair, and where your legs are now, just let your legs have this little sway side to side, but like they've got to stay that same distance apart in their feet, same distance, so they don't sort of crash inwards. They're just staying with this invisible force between them. That's it. And then bring them inwards. We're going to go for, let's go for, yeah, little bridge, I think. So if you're lying down, your feet are coming in a little bit. If you're seated, I think I'd like your legs a little closer together, so they're not quite so far apart. If you're lying down, keep them as they are. First, we'll go into that pelvic tilt, and then we'll raise our hips. Not if you're seated, you're doing your pelvic tilt, but you've got your legs closer together, so it feels a little different. And then down again. If you're seated, could you have one heel off the floor and do your pelvic tilts? In fact, you could do that if you were lying down as well. Just try pelvic tilt with one heel off the floor and then the other. And then if you're seated, carry on with that. If you're lying down, we're going to go upwards. Keep your arms down, press a little into the floor. Now try that heel raise when you're up here. Keep your hips really still. And then come down. Maybe a little sway in between. Reach the arms away. If you are sitting, put your arms in front of you like that. If you're lying down, let's keep them on the ground. I'm on the sides, like chopper fingers. So I'm just on the side edge of my little fingers. And we'll go either into that pelvic curl or the bridge. And then we'll do that heel raise. If you're seated, just do the heel raise at the start and do your pelvic tilt. And then everything back to where it was, heel down. Oh, I'm doing a few up here. And then take it down. And we could try a double heel raise. So if you're seated, do your double heel raise and then your pelvic tilts. If you're lying down, let's just go up into the bridge first. And now a double heel raise. Maybe you're not going so high. And then roll down. Let's have a sway. And take the legs wider. And the arms wider. And now much wider sway. Let the knees start to dip down. You can feel the hips moving with you. Your shoulders stay downwards. If you've got any spinal issues, your legs are fine to move like this, but just watch out for the sort of trunk turning. So you just a smaller turn. Most of this movement is coming from the hips. You could even send your head one way as your knees go the other. I really like that one. And then we're going to bring ourselves so everybody's back in a seated position. Sitting as upright as you can. We're going to do a little more of those side bends, but a change now. So one is to hold, see, I'm just grabbing with this hand, the wrist, and do a little side bend over. I'm keeping my bum down. If that's too much, have your hands to your chest. And then we'll swap and go the other way. And I'm trying to imagine a wall behind me so that I don't lean forwards. Now, as we let go of this one, we're going to pull the arms down, the elbows and arms to the side like a W. And then push up and down. So if you were like this before and you were doing your side bends like that, let your arms come out to the side, pull down. If this is where you're at, stay like that. If you can increase the range of movement, increase it. That's it. And then we're going to bring a little bit of rotation into this, a bit of sort of curling. So a much softer round, round, over, round. If you don't want that for your spine, you keep it over, and then a small turn. And a turn. In fact, we could all go to those small turns now. Hand on the center of your chest. Keep very upright. And you're just letting your ribs turn each way. Come back to the center, give your shoulders a roll. Take your palms out to the side, scoop up at the air, bring your hands together and into your chest. Well done. I hope you have a lovely long weekend. The weather forecast, I think, is pretty good across the country. And I shall see you next week. Got a lot of names in there. Hello, Andrew, joining us as well. So nice to have you here. And I'll see you again next week. Bye.